This setup was perfect. I mean, textbook, and it still lost. And if that messes with you mentally, you need to hear this. Look, as you can see, we are going straight into it. We're on the charts, and on the screen, we have a losing trade. This is actually a trade I took during my London session live. And again, you may be thinking, you took a loss, you're wrong. No, it's not what it is. I wasn't wrong. I was just too early. The reason I could say that is because I know that price at some point will make its way back up. In no way, shape, or form should you guys ever consider yourself wrong. Not only is it a mental thing, but it's quite honestly the truth. Flip your mindset into thinking you're wrong into just saying you were too early. Because again, you can be a couple seconds too early, a couple minutes too early, a couple hours, couple days, couple weeks. In some way, shape, or form, you're just too early. But as you can see, we have a perfect setup here. And perfect setups don't always mean it's a guaranteed win. That's genuinely a dangerous mindset. Sometimes it's the best looking trades that end up losing. And here's where people get it mixed up, and here's where people go wrong, is they will see a perfect setup and they will risk more. And that's not what you should be doing. You should be keeping the same risk because you never know what price is going to do. Again, it's always going to have its own objective. You're just trying to identify when that move's going to happen, and you execute with confidence because you have a bias that price is more than likely going to move your way. So to go over this trade real quick, we can actually start from the higher time frames because that's where I always start, and this is where I get my main bias. We can clearly see that we were bearish, and I know what you're thinking. Why are you buying in a bearish market? Well, let me explain it. In most cases, when price makes a new low, we will facilitate some type of pullback. Yes, like I said from the jump, we were bearish, and I expected price to continue bearish from a long-term standpoint, meaning after a pullback, I would expect price to then continue right back down within its bearish swing trend, right? But like I just said, I was expecting a pullback. So when I saw this, I knew that we had a bunch of imbalance, we were overextended to the downside, and we made a new low. So as I went down to the lower time frames, all I was looking for is to see price start shifting internally to the upside, giving me the idea that price is now looking to facilitate that pullback. And it's not just that. We had a bunch of other confluences that made this setup a A+ setup. As you can see now on the lower time frames, we can start seeing price make its way higher. We start seeing price get exhausted at this low, and we start seeing price shift to the upside. But right before we saw this last push to the upside, we had price come down and sweep a lot of this liquidity. We had a bunch of built up liquidity on buy side, and seeing price come down, take it, and make a leg higher gave me the idea and gave me so much more confidence that price now no longer has any more buy side liquidity within this area. And in theory, we should go up into any type of sell side liquidity or to facilitate that pullback. And that was really the bias for this trade. But as you can see, we did end up creeping a little bit higher and coming right down into our area and coming right down into our stop loss. Again, I'm not mad at this trade because I followed everything according to my plan, but doesn't mean I'm not still making observations on this trade. One big thing that's happening right now is tariff talks about tariffs, and that's a big reason why price did continue to dump from this area. That doesn't mean I was wrong. That just means a fundamental aspect came into play and therefore causing price to do something completely else. Again, that's fine because all I'm going to do is wait for the next day and play off the structure that price gives me, which may be another pullback because again, I know as price continues to overextend itself, at some point it has to rebalance and facilitate a pullback into premium pricing. So I could actually get out of this replay because this was from a day ago. And like I said, we saw price continue to tank off pretty heavily. But at this time, we are having a lot of bearish news coming out that is very much affecting these markets. Doesn't mean it's going to happen throughout this entire year. It could happen for quite a while. But granted, at some point, this is going to brush over and we're going to be able to execute based off the technicals and we're going to be able to execute like we normally would. Again, I'm still going to execute and still going to trade like I normally would, but I just have to be a little bit more cautious due to the fact that we've already seen a loss come into play this week due to the fact that tariff talks are in play, and that could definitely negatively affect the London markets. With that being said, you need to remember trading is probabilities. We don't always have to be correct. We just have to be correct more than we're not correct. And even in some cases, you can be wrong more than you're right. And if you have a big enough RR and you go for big targets, you could still make money at the end of the week, the end of the month, the end of the year. You don't always have to be right. I know traders who are wrong more than they're right. But like I said, if you have a But like I said, if you go for a big RR, you're able to make up those losses way more than you would. You're able to make up those losses super quick. And look, if you can't emotionally accept losses, trading's always going to feel personal. And honestly, that's what blows accounts. You need to stop thinking like that. You need to frame your mindset to think differently, because at the end of the day, we are doing something that most people don't do. Human brains, human minds, whatever you want to say, don't think in probabilities. They don't. I'm sorry. But now I showed you guys why my perfect setup lost, and how at the end of the day, it's just a probabilities game and you're bound to take losses at times. I want to go into a little giveaway for you guys. If you guys do not remember, every single video that I shoot, I am giving away a free 100K funded account. From the last video, I'm going to go ahead and pick one of the comments. But before I do that, I want to let you guys know, comment, like, and subscribe on this video, because once again, there's another giveaway on this video. I pick all throughout the comments. I pick randomly who is going to win an account. I want it to be you guys. My goal is to get everybody a free funded account at the end of this year. So with that being said, let's go into picking the winner and seeing who won that account. And look, now we are back to this camera. And to end this video, you guys already know it is giveaway time. Every single video, I drop a new giveaway for a free 100K funded account. So before I pick the winner from last video, because again, if you guys do not know, I go through the comments of the last video and I pick one random winner to win the account. But again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on this video, because every single video I am picking someone from the comments to give away an account. With that being said, let's go into the winner of this giveaway. So to scroll randomly, I landed on someone. His name is Calm Knight Official. So I'm going to pop you up right here. If that is you, go ahead and reach out to me, contact me through Discord, Instagram, Twitter, anything. There's a bunch of ways to contact me. Once again, congratulations on the 100K account. I hope you guys, or one of you guys, is next to win. My goal is to have a bunch of people at the end of this year have a free account and to be able to start actually making consistent profits. And if you guys do not know where to trade those accounts, you can go trade with me. I go live during London session. The link's going to be down below. You can go ahead and click that. Join me up at 11:45 p.m. PST, where I go live every single day. We've been absolutely killing it this year. But again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so you can have a chance to win the next giveaway. I'll see you guys in the next video.